What happens if cryptocurrency becomes a security? What happens if a certain or bunch of cryptocurrencies are deemed a security? What are the implications for the cryptocurrency? What are the implications for the exchanges? And what are the implications for you? See, right now we have the SEC going after Binance, going after Coinbase, asking for Binance.US funds to be frozen. Things are getting really hectic. And look, there are a lot of YouTubers and influencers out there giving you false information, telling you things like, don't worry if XRP, and I'm just using XRP for an example here, is deemed as a security, don't worry, that's just in the US, it's going to continue going on. That's not exactly the case here. Now, a while ago, I actually made a video talking about what happens if XRP or a cryptocurrency becomes a security, and I even said that the SEC is going to go after other cryptocurrencies. And this video actually talks in detail about what happens to the exchanges, what happens to that cryptocurrency, and what happens to you as an investor or hodler. And this is extremely important. You need to know this information. Oh, by the way, make sure you stay till the end of the video because I'm going to tell you exactly what I think Gary Gensler is going for here. He's not stupid. He has a plan, he has a strategy, and I'm going to explain it later on in this video, so make sure you stick till the end. So what if Ripple loses the SEC lawsuit and XRP becomes a security? And look, I'm not attacking XRP or Ripple in this video. I just believe that if you hold XRP, you need to know what's going to happen, as well as other cryptocurrencies that will become securities as a follow-up while the SEC attacks them next. I mean, there's always a chance that Ripple will lose the court case, and even if they don't, there's a chance that another cryptocurrency may lose the court case. And by the way, pay attention to this video till the end because it gets serious. It's not as simple as what people are telling you online. First of all, straight off the bat, Ripple gets in trouble for selling an unregistered security. And three entities get impacted here. First of all, the issuer, Ripple Labs. Second of all, exchanges in the US for selling a security or unregistered security. And third of all, the people who bought the coin, the hodlers, you and me. Okay, now obviously the first thing that's gonna happen, the price is gonna drop like a plum while exchanges delist XRP in the US. Yes, I know it's already delisted, but more of them, if any are still out there, will also delist XRP. Now, Ripple will have to pay a huge fine to the SEC for selling this unregistered security. And when I say huge fine, I'm talking in the hundreds of millions here. And then Ripple will be left with a choice. They will either have to accept that XRP cannot be sold to US investors, continue selling it as an unregistered security, or register it as a security. So number one is stop selling it to US investors. Not a very good idea. See, the US is a huge market for cryptocurrencies, and cutting it off from US investors will be detrimental to Ripple Labs. They won't make as much money, they won't get as much funding. Not only that, but competition, other cryptocurrencies will take market share. It will also be a chance for them to deliver the blow to Ripple, therefore XRP. Now, you can argue that America is just one place, the US is one place, and you have the rest of the world to work with. But that may not be enough. So that leaves them with a second choice to continue selling unregistered securities. Now, the problem with selling unregistered securities is you can't really sell them to anyone you want. In other words, it will only be sold to accredited investors and institutions. Retail like you and me won't be able to buy XRP. Well, that's if you're in the US. Of course. Now, one thing that a lot of people don't think about is that if this happens, it will make XRP not liquid. And generally, accredited investors and institutions may not want to buy a non-liquid asset for many reasons. First of all, they can't sell. And second of all, they won't be able to dump on retail whenever there's a market top. Also, the bad press associated with XRP and Ripple Labs at that point will make most accredited investors and institutions just stay away. Then there are other things to worry about, other headaches like limitation caps for securities and so on. It just makes everything too risky and it's not worth their money, not worth their time. So that may leave option number 3 to register XRP as a security. Now, for Ripple to actually do this, the paperwork and the expense of getting everything together is insane. And when I say insane, I don't mean borderline crazy, I mean insane. Not only may it not be worth the hassle, but even if they do, the time it will take for this to go through is going to be probably longer than the actual court case, if not longer. The SEC may ask for documentation that will be impossible to come up with. They may even boycott it purposely or put so much bureaucracy in it so they can give up. What, you don't think the SEC is capable of this? I do. And then by the time that XRP becomes a security, competition may be taking market share, while Ripple Labs is stuck with AML documentation, KYC procedures, articles of incorporation, and a lot more. Oh, and by the way, if they make a mistake, they might get sued again. Now let's leave this to the side a second. Let's talk about what happens to the exchanges and what happens to you, the hodler. Well, as for the exchanges, it's very simple. Paperwork, 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 paperwork. First of all, they're going to have to apply for a broker's license or capital markets license by jurisdiction. They have to apply with the SEC, they have to apply with FINRA, and every regulator in every single state. This is why trading fees are so expensive compared to other countries when it comes to the US. They have a boatload of licenses that they have to keep on maintaining, and that gets expensive. And getting all this paperwork and maintaining this paperwork is also extremely expensive. There's going to be more regulation, more compliance, more maintenance. It's just a headache. So the exchange now has a choice and it has to make a decision. Will listing XRP as a registered security be worth it? In other words, will it have enough interest and demand for it to be worth their time and money and the headache of all the procedure? Well, let me answer this for you very simply. No. At least not XRP on its own. See, if cryptocurrencies start becoming registered securities in general, which is a big possibility if XRP loses this case, then it may actually be worth or even be vital to actually do this in order for the exchanges to survive. Now, am I saying that no exchange will take the risk and list XRP on its own? No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying, it's extremely difficult and it's a decision they're going to have to make and think about. But if one exchange does, if one exchange decides to list XRP, then other exchanges are going to need to follow. For the simple reason that one exchange that does list XRP will take market share. So other exchanges will have to list XRP as well, just so they don't lose market share, so they can stay competitive. And I'm pretty sure there's an exchange out there that will make that bold move. I mean, if I had an exchange, I would. Now, what about you? What about the hodlers? What happens to you? Well, first of all, XRP will drop faster than a $2 hooker at a pay-by-hour hotel. So everyone's going to get impacted, whether you're in the US or not. You're going to see your XRP worth a fraction of what it's worth right now. And then, if you're in the US, you have to wait to see if an exchange actually relists XRP at this point, which, even if they have the intent to do so, will take a long time. No, it's not as simple as pushing a button or flipping a switch. It doesn't work that way. Now, as other cryptocurrencies become securities and as the SEC starts suing other companies and actually win, because now it's a lot easier for them to win, maybe, just maybe, we're lucky and they're not just available for accredited investors and institutions. Although in my mind, that's probably going to be the case, but let's just say we get lucky. Well, smaller projects that don't have the manpower to fight, are just going to fold. They're going to vanish. And even if they do go through the pain and expense to become unregistered securities, exchanges may not even list them, for the simple reason they may not have volume or be worth the expense for the exchange. And cryptocurrencies in general will have to prove they're decentralized. And I have news for you. Other than Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum, most of them, if not all of them, are not. I mean, this is not me that says this, it's the SEC, and hypothetically, they just won a court case. So Bitcoin and Ethereum may be the only cryptocurrencies that get away, maybe a couple more. Now, this actually may be a good thing. It will level the playing field. It will have a few big players. Yes, it may stifle competition, but I'm pretty sure these projects will take in other projects. And then in the years that come, maybe we actually get somewhere. Maybe. So to summarize this in one sentence, you better hope that Ripple Labs and Coinbase actually win the SEC case. If Ripple loses, which I hope they don't, I really hope that Coinbase actually win. They do have the resources, they are powerful companies, and we do have a chance. So now that you know what it means if a cryptocurrency becomes or is deemed a security, let's talk a little bit about Gary Gensler and the SEC and their plan here. You see, I don't think Gary Gensler is an idiot. I think he knows these are wars he cannot win, at least not all of them, at least not simultaneously. Unless he knows he's going to win the XRP or Ripple case or settle the way he wants to settle, meaning he can go after these cryptocurrencies, I think he's playing a game in let me get some leverage here and negotiate and see what I can get away with. Now, the other scenario is he's playing the long game here. He knows it's going to take many years for all this to come in fruition. It's going to be many years for these court cases to come up, and he just wants to stomp and slow down for cryptocurrency. Now, whether this is personal or whether the government wants him to do this, that's two different things. Maybe the Biden administration wants to cause fear. Maybe they want to cause certain problems so they can get what they want in the next election, or at least have also leverage to negotiate with the other party if they lose, if that makes sense. And look, this is serious and it is something to worry about, but it's not something to dwell over. Cryptocurrency continues, the world continues, we keep trading, we keep making money. You can't let things like this sway you, and we don't know about the price action yet. We don't know what's going to happen until these court cases come through. Just because XRP was suppressed down because of this, when you have a lot of cryptocurrencies being suppressed down, sometimes this gets factored in. This gets mixed in the news, if you will. People don't really care. They still want to make money. Greed takes over. Prices go up because of the bull run. Does that make sense? Now, if you want to know more about XRP, what's going on, what the actual price prediction is for XRP, forget that 10,000 crap, then make sure you watch this video right here. You don't want to miss that video, or if you don't care about that, and that's okay, then make sure you watch this video right here if you're into meme coins, because this video you don't want to miss, even if you don't trade meme coins. So make sure you watch that video, and I'll see you in the next one.